So over the weekend, I was told by Carol to polish a giant Elton John statue. I'm still sanding.
I'm glad you said John there.
Yeah,
Be weird for you just to have a little statue of me in your house.
Yeah,
it's like the Michelangelo in Goonies. His penis is on upside down.
Oh, good Lord. Oh,
that's your favorite part.
That's it. I'm not doing any more jokes. That's it. We've peaked. We've peaked. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Black Dog 258. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
I'm Michelangelo, apparently.
Michelangelo's inverted penis. Yeah. Well, there you go. And this week, we'll see how everyone's week's been. We have, bear with us, an epic feedback for Primer. So buckle up, get a comfy chair, and we'll be reading that one out. And then we'll be doing this week's movie, which was your pick, Jim, which was?
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra. Yes, we'll be reviewing Ad Astra, which may or may not, depending on what film I can find on streaming, be the start of a new series. But at the moment,
space series.
Yes,
it could be a mathematics and cars series. No, just me. No.
Yeah, no. We
okay.
The Ad Astra.
Hello.
Hello.
We can have films named after video games. I mean,
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra, yeah, it was called Ad Astra, wasn't it?
It was. C64 and Spectrum, a little upward scrolling shoot 'em up. Yeah,
that's right.
Unfortunately, there's nothing like that in a movie with Brad Pitt staring out of a window. But this, we'll get to that soon enough. But okay, well, let's see how everyone's week's been, because that's what we do. And we'll start with you, Jim. How's your week been?
Mainly composed of Sundays I didn't order, which is the nature of Easter.
Right.
4 Sundays in a row. That's what Easter is to me. Yeah, it's been a long week for obvious reasons.
Yes. Yeah.
But I've been keeping busy, alternately. And I've started, we're coming into planting season with our new allotment. And one of the big hazards for baby plants is birds, in particular bloody pigeons. You see green shoots, think, oh, is that something to eat, and pull it up.
Yes.
And so I've built 2 small scarecrows.
I saw that on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you the crow man, Jim? Are you the crow man?
Well, it could be the beginning. There might be a job vacancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with them because they're all Hessian bag heads. Got rid of some old clothes that were too ruggy for the charity shop. They've just been cluttering my drawers.
Nice.
Actually, the main frame is composed out of pipes from the old boiler.
Right.
So, waste not, want not. So I'm pretty pleased. Designed to be sort of quite flappy in the wind, but whether they actually work or not, I don't know. But it'll probably keep the pigeons off for a while before they work out they're not real humans.
Yeah, obviously.
But so we'll see. But it has been sort of quite fun to do.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased with it, although they do look a bit fucking scary. But what would you expect from me, to be honest?
Yeah. The sort of scarecrow that's usually
haunted ragdoll vibes to them.
I was going to say, it's the sort of scarecrow you usually find stalking Batman, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I want to go old school. I don't like these modern pre-made ones that all look jolly and we're wearing dungarees look like Andy Pandy. None of that. No. Proper old school and frightening. I'm threatening to do a full size one. Mainly because I've got some old coats and trousers I want rid of. So I could really go to town with that. Go full, give it full gummage.
Why do I get the
Face to
feeling?
conjure with, but anyhow.
Yeah, I was going to say full gummidge euphemism. Anyway, but I digress. Go on. Anyway, carry on.
But other than that, I've been greatly enjoying a YouTube channel Teresa found, which is about allotments, called Emma's Allotment Diaries, and it's just basically a series of vlogs this rather nice lady does who lives in London, and she's got plants in a garden. She's got an allotment, but she's just really charming, very scatty, full of good advice. But at the same time, she's like, just she's not doing like a gardening show. She's just blogging about what she's doing. So she just happily rambles on and burbles the plants. And she has a robin at the allotment called Einstein. Right. Who, when it sees her, it turns up and you can just hear it starting singing at her, like, feed me, feed me. And she says, sorry, I'm going to have to feed the birds before I can do anything else. And it's just really, it's proper like chicken soup for the soul sort of viewing. But, she does about 3 a week. I mean, which is quite a lot because, a lot of these sort of things, you get lots of shots of her walking to and fro. And, I know, because I know a bit about big video, that she has to put down that camera, walk past it, then walk all the way back and get it, then move it somewhere else.
Yep.
But, she makes it all look like it's just effortless. But she does a lot of cooking as well from stuff she's grown. Mm-hmm. And she's a great recipe for quiche, where instead of using pastry, use sweet potato.
Oh.
Yeah, just get a sweet potato, microwave it, scoop it out, take off the skin, spread the inside like you would pastry, then build your quiche on top of it. And that is really, really bloody tasty.
Good Lord.
And really healthy.
Right. That's that.
What's that?
I'm going to give that a try.
I'm on your team, Lee. I'm on your team. Yeah.
This is the same as hot cross buns which are made of rhubarb and cheese or something. It's just like no.
Just this sweet potato. It's like when I can't remember who it said to me. You put bacon with eggs, and I'm like, well, yes. I don't understand this dissent against using sweet potato as a base. Eggs and shit.
What's six got to do? I was going to say I'd probably complain about shitting. I think
exactly. Yeah, I can see I can see your point there.
No, sweet potatoes is a complicated beast at the best of times. I have unusually strong feelings about sweet potato.
Also, I've tried. I did the first one with sweet potato, and actually, then I did another one, and I'd made one for my stepdad to keep him fed, and I didn't have enough sweet potato for hours, so I used just baked some potatoes and had a mash base, and that was very tasty as well.
Okay.
So with mash though, you can start and get a bit more creative because sweet potato is very much a flavour on its own. But mash, well, you can zhuzh that up a bit. The possibility of adding cheese, bacon bits, God knows what, mustard. So, but it's a good healthy alternative, none of that pastry nonsense.
but pastry.
Yeah, pastry's good. Don't get me wrong. Because the other thing I've been cooking is Lazy Man sausage rolls.
Oh, right. There you go. Don't tell me you use sweet potato for the outside of a sausage roll.
No. This is such a lazy way of doing sausage rolls, but it works a treat. You buy some of that pre-rolled, pre-made puff pastry.
Yep,
right.
Works a treat.
Just open that up, divide it into 8, slam your sausages in, roll them up, bang them in the oven.
Stick your sausage in it.
Brilliant. Instant sausage rolls.
Oh, yes.
Really good. I personally recommend Lincolnshire potatoes because they've got a good sort of herby mix, and I would recommend seasoning the pastry before you roll it up. I did some today, and I had a slice of cheese, so like a little melted cheese between the pastry and the sausage, and that was damn good.
Oh, suit you, sir.
I was going to say, do you really want cheese around your sausage?
Well,
that's usually frowned upon.
Depends what cheese it is and where it came from.
if it's blue cheese around your sausage, that's really not. That's really not my thing.
It's like if those guys that made fridges got into dairy products, Smeg. No.
The fridge of choice for Red Dwarf fans.
Exactly. Oh, I'm not sure I want blue
Smeg
cheese.
No.
Your cheese has been in my Smeg. What?
Cottage cheese by Smeg? No. Okay.
Anyway, Jim. Yes. Anything else, sir?
No, I'll leave that there. I think that's caused enough bother now. I've fulfilled my quota.
Yeah. The wheels have come off just talking about a sausage roll.
Yep.
And a quiche. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's the end of the rolls as we know it, and I feel fine.
Yes.
Topical joke.
Yes,
I was to hear this podcast.
If anyone's around in the ruins of the New World to listen to this podcast, a sausage roll was a thing we used to have. We weren't fighting for bottle caps. Elton.
Yes.
How was your week?
Pretty quiet, but I've watched one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Amazon at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Together.
Yes.
Has everyone seen this at all, or not?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
This the movie with Alison Brie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And her real life partner Dave Franco.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It comes from there was a short made of this a couple of years ago, from what I remember, and that was quite stunning, I thought. And this is fuck it, it's fun. It's all right. It's don't go into it thinking that it's anything other than like body horror, monstery type stuff. Which, yeah, I had fun. I think I had more fun with it thinking about it after than I actually did watching it.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth a watch.
I think it's very, very good to build with the substance, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe Annihilation as well.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. No, that'll be another good one, definitely.
So, yeah, I don't know really what to say about it without ruining anything about it. But what do we say? There's a couple that they have a relationship and they've had like problems, and they're going about their business and moving to a new place to start again type thing, and they encounter something which kind of twists their lives up a little bit. And
yes, and brings them closer together in the experience.
Brings them closer together. Yes, that's a very good way of putting it. Very, very close together.
Yeah, it fixes their relationship.
It does actually, yes. But yeah, if anyone is fancying, I don't know, a movie evening with the children, make me watch this. Don't watch Cars for 147th time. No. Watch Together.
Yeah. Teach kids about healthy relationships.
Yes.
Yeah. Healthy relationships and the responsible use of power tools.
When a mummy loves a daddy and a daddy loves a mummy.
Very much. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fun. It's harmless, apart from the people in it. And it's good fun. But that's all I've really done this week, I'm afraid.
And nice gooey effects in places as well.
Pretty good, actually. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much the review, isn't it? The review is is that with 3 U's and 2 A's and a GH or what?
Yeah, there was one moment. There's supposed to be like a couple of jumpy bits. I didn't really jump it at all, but there was one moment where the girlfriend was in the hallway.
Yes.
And she was doing stuff that she was not able to control.
Yes. Wasn't supposed to be doing in the hallway, I think.
Wait, it definitely was in the hallway.
Yes, but you wouldn't do it in the hallway.
You wouldn't do it like this in the hallway, no. And that was like
crocheting, macrame. Oh,
yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Cross stitch.
Yeah.
Cross stitch, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Very noisy cross stitch.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Is that
fun.
what we're calling it now? Is that the code word?
No,
Code
whatever
phrase.
you like. Yes.
Cross stitch. Yep.
Was
Okay.
it Discworld novels, the seamstresses?
Oh yes, the Guild of Seamstresses.
Guild of Seamstresses, yes. Yes.
But that's it, I'm afraid.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
Small, concise, pretty much like everything.
Lovely. Yes. Lovely. That's great. And together it was on Amazon Prime, isn't it?
Yes, it is on Amazon Prime. So go watch that if you've got an hour and a half.
Yeah. Because I didn't put down the stuff we'd seen last week. And there were complaints that I didn't put that in the show notes.
There were complaints? You're telling me they couldn't rewind the podcast?
No, apparently not.
They couldn't rewind the podcast?
Apparently.
You don't even have to rewind anything.
You just hit pause. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Apparently, just writing "my brain hurts" and going to bed at 2:00 in the morning was not acceptable. Anyway, so we'll move on. Right, so that's Together from Amazon Prime. Darren, let's move on to you. How was your week, sir?
My week? First of all, very much enjoyed the weekend. It's always nice to have, a good few days away from work, just to do what needs to be done. And this weekend, we went and saw me and Ree, popped over there. It's always a lot of fun seeing my dad, and we normally sort of like round it off by sitting there watching a film or something like this. And we thought, let's keep the good mood going, and we sat and watched Civil War. And I'm not talking about the Captain America one either.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, that Civil War, yes.
Was it the Guns N' Roses one?
No. Well, there's definitely lots of guns in it. Yes.
Yes.
No, it's the Alex Garland one about, a possible future, maybe a possible future that's happening in the next 10 minutes in America. I don't know.
It's bridge night tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Then we're not talking cards. No. It's bridge and power plants night or something. I don't know. But, quite a hard-hitting film. Brutal in a lot of places and quite anxiety driven in others, creepy in some parts as well. It's just really weird to see how America could go in those certain circumstances, especially in the backwater parts as well, and how strange it just fucking gets all of a sudden. So I still enjoyed that film second time around.
Yep.
So it's a recommendation from me.
Yes.
Let's see what else we watched. Totally out of the blue, and I've sort of like, I've told Ree that this series is a really good series. Really enjoyed watching it, and she's only just got round to picking up. She just put it on by chance. She goes, "All right, I'll give it a go," and that's Reacher. Yes. A show that never fails to feel cathartic.
Yes.
Yes. From sort of adventures at ATMs, to just about anything else. Any situation with an arsehole in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just oh my god, yes.
I
So
saw the one shot spin off involving a motorcycle the other day.
what?
Did you not
One
see the
shot
thing?
spin-off? No.
Yeah, did
I
you
have
not see the video with Alan Richardson basically?
Oh, that one. Yes.
Oh, yes,
yes. Yes.
What arsehole jumps in front of a guy who's about 8 foot wide and about 12 foot tall, and then starts having a go at him?
A guy who's looking for a fucking payout. That's
you weren't
what
going to
it
get that.
A fucking knob as well. Did you hear him?
Yeah, I know.
Just it's all on film, you know. It's all on film.
Yes.
Yeah, you're stood in front of Alan Richardson, right? This is a bloke who's actually stopped crime in real life, right? This is it. He's chased down fucking criminals before, just on a night out, just for a fucking shits and giggles, right? And you honestly, you think you've got a chance against him. Well, yeah, pretty much like all of the bad guys in Risha who think that maybe, yeah, I can handle him. Yeah, sure you can, mate. Sure you can.
Yeah.
So we've been through the first season of that again. I mean, it's a second watch for me, and it's always fun.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love this bit. Oh, yes, there's this bit coming. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, look, no, shush, watch this. Watch this. You're going to love this bit. Can't help myself.
Yep.
So that's another good watch there. On the computer game front, this week got hold of Star Trek Voyager Journey into the Unknown.
We know you were playing it while we were doing last week's podcast.
Well, I've finished it now. I've gone through. I've played the entire thing.
I'm not surprised you had 3 hours of it last week.
Yeah,
I did. Yes,
I was going to say it's only a 12-hour game.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
you were a quarter of the way through before we finished the review of Primer.
He'd prestiged before the end.
Just halfway through, you hear me go left, White Mountains.
Sneeze.
Sneeze. Yep. There you go. Oh, there you go. Then well, it's good job I only paid $15.99 for it. No, I've thoroughly enjoyed the game. But I've got just how Catherine Janeway didn't just shut herself in a ready room and hit the fucking, open all the doors button and just fucking evacuate that lot of shitbirds into fucking space. I don't know. Complaining bunch of whiny fucking assholes. Which mean we haven't got enough food. Look, I'm almost full. This is a dice roll, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah, and fucking Chakotay can go and fucking do one as well. Oh, I'm sensing tensions, Captain. We've been in this sector for far too long. Fuck off. Have you seen how much resources we've got in this sector? Yeah, that's right. You go fucking sit over there and tell it to someone who fucking cares. I fucking don't. Oh, but anyway,
I want another fucking vision question, mad hippie.
Fuck off, you. I'm having too much fun with this. So it's got like about 4 or 5 different game styles in it. The main one being pretty much like Fallout Shelter. And it's pretty neat because you can zoom into each room and you see them going about their business and doing their jobs and stuff like that. It's really, really lovely looking game. But you every once in a while, what it will do is you'll have to sort of like build your resources up, and you'll get a main mission to fulfill before you can move on to like the next sector of space to get you closer to home, right?
Yeah.
What it does is it will pick a random episode from the TV show, and you will have to play that out as one of the like main missions.
Yeah.
So you'll get like some of the. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's there's more to come. If I go back and redo it, it's all what do they call it? It's just random. It's a random thing every single time. So, yeah. No, what was it? It's the generated dungeon. Was it
procedurally generated?
That's it. Procedural generated. So every playthrough is different. You'll get different things. It's like I got the episode where B'Elanna gets split into 2 different people. She gets the Klingon side and also the human side. And normally by the end of that episode, they're back together. Well, I decided because I wanted two really cool engineers, I thought, no, fuck that. So I didn't. So, I kept them split. Right. There we go. Although the Tuvix episode, I just followed that one through because it's like, no. What's the use of this Tuvix character? No, you're getting fucking split, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah. Fuck that shit. So, So, yeah, and there is a danger that you're going to lose main members of the cast if you don't, if you take the episode a different way.
I mean, in fairness, you'd lose Neelix, which means you lose nothing.
No, you think that. Actually, his diplomacy score is through the fucking roof. So, yeah.
Really?
You keep hold of him. Yeah,
because if he walked into my diplomacy room, I'd probably shoot him right in the face as soon as look at him.
Yeah, you would think that. You would think that. But when you go on away team missions, what it does is, if you look down the left-hand side, it shows you all of the skills that are going to be needed to complete the mission, right? So they're all set up as different symbols, and like the diplomacy one is the Starfleet symbol, and it will be like, if you need someone who's good at science, it will be like a chemistry set that there, and you get someone who fulfills that. But then also underneath that, it tells you the character types that you're going to need. So it will be like scavenger, pilot, Borg.
Annoying spiky twat who makes terrible cheese.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of thought does go into it, and you do have different levels of difficulty. You can ramp it right up, so there's literally no resources throughout the fucking Gamma Quadrant, and I don't know how the fuck you play the game at that level, because with an abundance of things to grab hold of, or an abundance of resources, I still found it a bit touch and go from time to time as well. So, and you do get the ship, the crew and everybody else mutinying as well, if you don't actually keep them happy, which is why I say about the whole thing of Catherine Janeway sits in the thing, fingers the fucking door release button. They've got the one. I've got the one button does all. I can just vent this fucker straight into fucking space. I can automate this, cunt. I really can. So it's just one person needed to get home. Thank you very much.
Yep. The sound of a massive amount of air just disappearing into space.
Do it, Catherine. Do it.
Yeah. Just
so
put your music on full and just sail all the way home.
Yes, that's it. Yep. And if you need company, just go down the holodeck and get to create some. So
yep, that's it. Jobs are done.
Sorted, mate. Sorted. So that was a lot of fun, and I did make it home in the end. It's got various different endings as well, depending on what's happened to you during that adventure.
Yep.
And you do get the Year of Hell as well. That's in there as well. Which was, I think people say that's one of the best episodes they've had. That one there. But yeah, you do get to deal with all the major villains like the Hirogen and the Borg and stuff like that. So $15.99, not bad. Get it off a loaded, don't get it off a Steam, because I think they charge something like £35 for it.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
So there you go.
There you go, indeed. Right. Okie dokie. And you played that on the PC, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Lovely. Okay. Right. Well, then my week, I'll just quickly skim through this because, like I say, we got a bit of a feedback thing going on. Yeah, my week. Well, obviously we had the long weekend, and so we had family over, nice dinner, Sunday roast, that kind of thing. I get put in charge of the Sunday roast. Believe it or not, I don't kill anyone.
Do you?
Yeah. Because I do, because that's my thing.
I was going to say, because knowing your track record for being near, I mean, is it an actual salad that they gave you to make to begin with? Yeah. And suddenly it's a roast. Hey, look at this.
Yeah, I just go, I'm going to make a roast. They leave me with a pile of Lego bricks, chloroform me, and then next thing they know, once they finish making the roast, they wake me up. Look what you've done, Lee. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, just nice break, really. Went down to Brighton, which was really nice. Though getting charged £1 to go on the bloody Brighton pier seemed like a bit of a piss take, but that's just me.
You get charged £1 now?
Yeah, to go on the pier to spend money in the arcades. So
Wow.
Good-o. So so that was that. But that was a nice
That's
nice
not
day
a bad
out.
deal.
Well, except for the fact you never used to pay. You used to go on there, you used to buy your ice creams and walk up and down the pier, and you used to, buy hot dogs and all that kind of stuff, go in the arcades, and there's a couple of bars along there and big old,
You shouldn't have to, but I paid £1.50 to pump up tyres today.
So you paid £1.50 for air?
Yeah, I did. For air, it's around us.
Yeah, but you are paying for the equipment. I mean, it's not like you could stick a straw in a tyre and just go... Is it?
But he'll give it a damn good try.
For £1.50, I'll fucking give it a go. If it's gonna cost me money, I'm gonna wait until my lungs explode. Sit there with a pipette and fill it up by one at a time.
That's getting high for men at our age.
Exactly.
1990s, it was pump up the volume. Now it's we pump up the air tires and not pay.
Yeah, that's it. Living on the edge. This is what they call power. Top Gear 2026. We paid £1 for the tyres. We asked someone to pump up the tyres. All we know is he's called the Stig. Yeah. So anyway, so there was that. Two things I watched. The first one I watched was War Machine, Alan Richardson versus giant robot asset that we nicked from Helldivers. Mm-hmm. Which was all right. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting, but wasn't as good as it could have been. And yeah, it just came and went with near a flicker across my brain. It was like, yeah, okay, fine.
What's it called?
War Machine.
War Machine.
Yeah. If you imagine Predator or that other one, what was the Battle LA?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Imagine that, but with giant alien space robot.
Okay.
But he and his team are without weapons or ammo because they're on like a maneuver kind of thing, which is like a little test to get into the Rangers, and it's like their final test. So they go out in the forest, and then wouldn't you fucking know it, there's a 60-foot tall giant robot, which is armed to the teeth, and they've got nothing but blanks and a battery.
You fiery blanks, man.
Exactly. So
can I just say, by the way, just a little insight into how my brain fucking works. When you said Alan Richardson and giant, I automatically thought you were going to say haystacks for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, it might as well be giant.
Easy.
It could be pretty much anything because it's never explored, never explained. And unlike something like Predator, where they go, it's got a weakness, we know how to hide from it. It's like, no, this thing's got T-Rex problems from Jurassic Park. When you see it, it moves and goes, that sort of thing. And then when they're all hiding down in a cave, it goes tippy-toe, 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 tippy-toe. It just appears behind them, and it's like, how the fuck did that get close to you? Yeah, exactly. Looney Tunes, like up on the tippy toes, like fucking Tweety Pie. It's so, yeah. It's absolutely one of those movies where you just go, look, nobody else cares about this, including the script writer. Let's just go with it.
Okay.
And yeah, the most amazing thing about it though is Jai Courtney, who managed to get paid a full paycheck for essentially laying down in a number of flashbacks, doing absolutely fucking nothing. He literally could have been replaced with a bag of potatoes with Jai Courtney's face stitched on the front of it, and he would have done just as much impact on that film.
Yeah,
They could have given me that money. I could have a scarecrow off him.
Yeah, you could have. You could have made a scarecrow out of Jai Courtney and just
Does he win the Sean Connery Award for the least amount of work done for the most amount of money?
Yeah, for the most amount of conservatories bought. Yeah, it's absolutely.
Exactly.
He's gone full Ali Pali glass house. Yeah, for precisely zero work. I mean, yeah, it's a real miracle of modern acting that he can just lay there like a corpse in flashbacks and say fuck all and still get paid. Yeah, so it's just one of those films that just comes and goes without much of ado. The other one we watched, which was much more enjoyable, and was one of those films where I think it's safe to say I wasn't expecting everyone in the room to enjoy it as much as we all did. I was ready to enjoy it, which was Send Help.
Okay.
Have you heard?
Oh, you Sam Raimi.
Yes. Yes, Sam Raimi. Yeah, lady played by Rachel. Is it Rachel McAdam? I can never remember her name.
Yeah,
and
Rachel McAdams. Yeah,
and this absolutely whiny douchebag tech bro dick get stranded on an island. She's like not in the in crowd because she's nerdy. But it also, one of the things she's really into is the TV show Survivor. So she's learnt all these survival techniques and all these things. And, so when she's washed up on the beach and this tech bro's like, you work for me, you got to help me. And she's like, no, I don't think I do. In fact, I think I quit. You're on your fucking own, mate. It becomes a battle of wills between this guy who's got no power and nothing now that his tech bro mates are all dead in a plane crash and he's sort of limping about, and she's now knows how to make like entire sushi bars from all the natural ingredients. And
Can I ask something?
Mm-hmm.
Did she fashion a rudimentary lathe?
No, but she comes close. I mean, there's quite a few moments where her ingenuity becomes almost supernatural, and thinking, how the fuck did you manage to weave a full blown professionally looking hammock, sort of thing? But it is Sam Raimi in Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 3 mode in terms of
definitely.
The gore, the violence, the Looney Tunes kind of action set pieces, the camera angles, the fact that you can actually feel the director literally hiding behind the camera going, I can't believe we got to do that. And it's just so much fun. It's really, really good.
And you learn how to hunt pig as well.
And you do learn how to hunt a wild boar with crazy human eyes because the CGI wasn't quite finished. But, let's skip over that. I properly enjoyed this film. It was one of those ones where you sit there, you think, oh, this is Sam Raimi, so it's going to be gory. Okay, let's just prep ourselves for that because, Carol, who was sitting there watching it with me, not the greatest fan of horror films. And I thought, oh, I might have done a wrong in here. But by the end of it, when, all sorts of mad shit's kicking off, we were both pissing ourselves laughing with how absolutely batshit it is. It's such a good film.
It's very well plotted, though, as well. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's very, twists and turns, and it's kind of... It's like being on, where's this roller coaster going? I don't know, but it's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. It'll really appeal to you, Dal, because those kind of movies where the bully gets their comeuppance in a really satisfying way.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but for an entire hour and 30 minutes.
Fucking yes.
You were just sitting there going, fucking have it. And then it's no spoilers, but there's a moment where he strops off saying, I can do what you can do. And he strops off and he's like about 10 feet away from her and she's got like an entire like sushi bar laid out. She's got a Liao sort of like lean-to she's fashioned. She's got all this stuff all up one side. And there he is with 3 twigs resting against the rock and he's trying to put a leaf over it as this storm comes rolling in. and Sam Raimi just goes, you know what? Let's just turn all the rain on. Let's just turn it all on and let's see what he can do with 3 sticks and a leaf. And it goes about as well as you'd expect. And and it's like that all the way through. You're just sitting there going, oh, I love this. I love this so much. So, yeah. Yes, very, very, very satisfying, I must admit. Very good.
Excellent.
Thumbs up, 100%. So that's it for me, really. That's on Amazon to pay to rent, or if you're feeling a bit nefarious, you can head over to the tickets of Cinema Equidistant, where I'm sure it will be available on just about any screen you wish to look at. Right. Well, now I've queued this up. We do have some feedback for Primer. Yeah. If you weren't into Primer in the first place, then you might want to skip the next 10, 15 minutes or so. But here we go.
It's feedback time.
Yeah, so we did do Primer last week. In one of our, shall we say, more complicated episodes. So to just sum up for those of you who didn't listen, Elton very much pro,
Yes.
Jim pro with tiny caveats, me 50-50, Darren off playing Star Trek Voyager for 2.5 hours while we threw chickens at him.
It was his choice.
It was his choice. Yeah. So, first piece of feedback we had is Teresa Burnside, who said, I'm afraid that my review of Primer is a combination of Darren and Lee's. Lots of words mumbled at you, people talking over the top of each other, brackets, which irritated me, how annoying was Aaron's wife, and me not caring about any of the characters. It reminded me of the architect from Matrix movie bollocks. At one stage, I actually thought, why are you wasting precious brain matter trying to work this shit out? And be careful about asking when you turn on that box. Euphemism. So, fair enough. Then, here we go. We got a couple of... another piece of feedback was just a brief line from John Campion, who sent in a thing, because one of the things I also reviewed last week was Mike, Nick, and Alice. So John Campion said the alternative title should be called Inside You, There Are Two Vince Vaughns, which, if you've seen the film, makes a lot of sense. But yes, it's quite funny. So anyway, here we go. So David Renane, happy Dave Renane from down under in the New Zealandy lands where vampires do hand chickens to other vampires, sent in some feedback. And it goes like this. Well, I finally got round to watching this for the cast, and I'm glad I did, if only to say I'd finally seen it. With regards to the original project, I have to admit I thought they were designing a better fridge, honestly, and were trying to get the temperature further down rather than the mass. It seems silly in hindsight, but I thought they were riffing on the concept of Einstein's fridge. Now, I'm not going to go to the link, but there is a Wikipedia link on the Facebook group you can follow. The thing I still don't get, though, is how the failsafe devices worked in the plot. I understand the concept, but bear with me here. So, here we go. So, Abe builds the first failsafe on Monday, and Aaron discovers it on Wednesday, say. Aaron then uses the first failsafe box to go back to his own folded up go back with his own folded up box to make his own failsafe point. I get that. But it's already established that to use the first failsafe box, Aaron will have had to power it down to both have it cool off and establish a point B in the loop. So even if later Aaron returns to the first failsafe and reactivates it, it would just recreate a new point A for the failsafe box, or sometime on or after Wednesday. Everyone with me so far?
Get me crayons.
I'm only halfway down the first part. Anyway, Dave continues. So how does Abe get back to Monday, especially early enough to gas himself? Sure, Aaron could recycle the first failsafe box, putting it back in his own failsafe, but he can't use it to replace the first failsafe where Abe built it because it's already there. And he, brackets Aaron, is already travelling back in it, which the dialogue says is a no-no. Once Aaron uses his first failsafe box, he will also need to set up a new one for himself. And even if he can pull multiple flatback boxes with him, assembling them and finding them somewhere to store is going to take time. Remember, you can only recycle boxes once they have been used, i.e. after their point B. So each failsafe box, even if it's the same one, cloned multiple times, must occupy its own separate space as it cycles from point A, brackets Monday, to point B, brackets Wednesday. So the point A on each subsequent failsafe box setup will creep forward a bit by bit of time to allow for each box's assembly, new storage rental somewhere, and Aaron won't run into himself. The time and the space constraints quickly become unwieldy as Aaron is on a tight time frame to take care of himself. All the online explainers seem to gloss over this, creating a concept of a reset at the first failsafe, which is not mentioned in the film. It seems contradicted by the one use and recycle dialogue. Then with a footnote saying, Aaron discovers storage manifests under the name Abram, which I also found really confusing, especially as, in my head, I knew the characters as blonde mumbly one and dark-haired mumbly one. Good yesterday, sir. I said good yesterday. And then he comes back. Oh, and the party. I think the party is key to the film. What do you make of this? Mate, I'm going to be honest with you. The first feedback has still got me sort of trying to work it all out. But we'll go with the second piece of the feedback. Mm-hmm. What do you make of this? In the original timeline, Abe and Aaron build their time machines and the story continues up until the point of the party. Aaron doesn't go to the party, where the gunman goes in, rampaging and kills who knows how many people, including Abe. Overcome with remorse, Hoodie Aaron uses the failsafe to go back and save everyone. Edit, he does find the manifest information while settling Abe's effects. Whatever he does not work. Aaron 3 comes back to intervene. He's more desperate and wants it more, and is somehow more prepared. So Hoodie Aaron concedes, which is why he knows that Aaron 3's plans are, but is unsure of the outcome. After the disaster at the party, Granger discovers dead Abe's unused failsafe coffin and travels back. I think Jim's idea really works here. Granger goes comatose near Aaron 3 because Aaron 3 will nuke the timeline where he's come from. Aaron 3 prevents Aaron 2 from destroying the time machines because he knows that it will not prevent disaster at the party, but after a couple of iterations, he recruits Abe 2 to help him save everyone and the final subjective timeline that we all see, i.e. all the party dialogue. So the reason for the giant box at the end, I don't know, but something is not discussed in this cast is, why is the film called Primer? Primer is a guide, an exemplar of how to do things. So is Aaron 2's description to us about how to use time travel for good?
Oh.
Why do I feel like there's an entire podcast off of these two feedbacks that I just think we could...
This is why I love this movie. It just opens up debate and talk. It's one of them ones where you'll be in a pub and you can set out beer mats to show where you are on them days. And I really like that.
I'd be face down in the Guinness dribbling.
I actually quite like the idea that Abe was killed, and Aaron found out the fail safe because he was going through his
effects.
effects, and that's a great.
That
little
would make
line.
sense.
I like that.
Yeah, that certainly makes sense.
Abraham on the ticket because his name's Abraham, but we call him Abe. That's all it is.
And that's Voyager away.
Suddenly, in the background, we can hear click click. Dum, 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 dum. I should have that as a jingle, shouldn't I? When Darren checks out, Star Trek Voyager just starts playing in the background. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that the party kind of kicks the whole thing off when you think about it in those terms. That he finds the effects, finds the box, goes back in time with the express idea of fixing it rather than fucking up Abe.
Mm-hmm.
Because that then at least gives Aaron motivation other than being just a colossal douche.
That's a brave thing to show him not being killed, if that is the thing.
Yeah. Well, again, it's one of those. It's one of those things that which we might come to in the review for Ad Astra, which is the artist's interpretation of their art stops mattering the instant everyone else gets to experience it.
Yes.
It's like, it's not yours anymore. You've sent it out into the ether. What people think of it and what they want to interpret it, it's up to them.
Yeah.
You can't control that anymore. Yeah. I think it would make more sense if Abe's death was kind of at the party, was the catalyst that kicked the whole thing off. That certainly would make more sense. The only thing I would say to counter all of that is that it requires, well, it does require Abe to be taken out of the equation, the original Abe to be taken out of the equation, and Abe too to get involved and go through the party with Aaron 1,000 times and fix the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is that, if I remember correctly, Abe 2 doesn't go back to take care of Abe 1 until after we've done the party and Granger's gone bonkers, and then Abe turns around and goes, okay, we've made a terrible mistake. I'm going to stop this. So if that's the case, then Abe 1 should also be at the party.
I think it's just testament to the actual film that we can sit here discussing it, mulling it over, and still not quite be there. And yet, I reckon, honestly, there's probably another hour at least. I won't do it, but there's at least there's a couple of episodes.
Set course for the Alpha Quadrant.
Primer. There are name conventions.
Yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, there is a lot to be said for, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot to be said for working it out and overworking it and thinking it through. But the problem is, again, it comes to the same issue over and over again, that as soon as you get unreliable narrators, and as soon as you get elements which can't be seen or can't be understood or can't be explained, the film's lost you. Hold on. Where's Darren?
Halfway through the Gamma Quadrant. Yep.
Oh, we've lost Darren. He's gone. I won't do any more of that. We'll get a copyright strike. But no, thank you for that, Dave. I mean, if if there is demand for me, Jim, and Elton to sit here and noodle over any more of this particular film, obviously sans Darren, I think going forward, then please let us know and we'll do another one. We'll do a kind of feedback noodleage, if that's all right, you guys.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I thought you might be. But yes, thank you very much for that, David. I'm sorry I can't come up with the answers there, but clearly you've just sparked off something in Elton's brain, which is now ticking over, and we've lost Elton as well for the rest of the podcast. While he sits there and adds an extra line to the scribble on his notes on his pad. Oh, jeez. Well, there you go. If you would like to send any feedback in about Primer, about this, about anything, then by all means do so. You know the drill by now. Go on the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Black Dog Podcast, or you can go on to the email and send in an email to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. Right. We're going to leave it there. We're going to take a break. And then when we come back, we will be staring out the window mournfully as we review Ad Astra. Play the jingle. And so here we are, first spaceman, space travel movie scene thing, God knows, series. Ad Astra is a 2019 science fiction film directed by James Gray, who did films such as The Lost City of Z. Yes, me neither. And it is written by Gray and stars Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, Ruth Negga, Liv Tyler, and Donald Sutherland. It follows an astronaut who ventures into space in search of his lost father, whose obsessive quest to discover intelligent alien life at all costs threatens the solar system and all life on Earth. The movie had a budget of $100 million. It was released in August 29th, 2019. How much did it make at the box office? Elton.
Oh, God.
We put Elton on the spot.
One Uber trip to a vent on Mars to get onto a ship. I don't know. I hadn't even thought about this at the moment. I was so enthralled by the movie.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Jim.
I will say 6 million good reasons for not taking baboons into space.
Okay, Darren.
Wisely asked me about how much it would make. What's his brain pattern thinking about this? I have no idea. I couldn't think of an answer, but I'll give him one anyway. A bag of quavers. That's it. That's all I've got, man. That's all I've got.
Well, actually, you're all wrong. What it actually earned was an entire special level of Mario Kart on the moon. So, this was Jim. It was your pick, so you go last. So we'll go around the table, non-spoilers, and for our first spacecraft, spaceman, space season, Elton, non-spoiler, quick review. What do you think of Ad Astra?
I apologize to all the people that really like this movie. I struggle with this movie. I do not like this movie. This movie is dull. It's not as clever as it thinks it is. And it is just made up of scenes to make it feel like it's more exciting than what it actually is. Just a train journey. That's all it is. It's a train journey.
Michael Portillo's train journeys
Yeah.
in space.
It's just right. Gotta go see Dad now.
I'm going to my dad's.
Gets on a train, goes to the train, goes past some fields that he's like, oh look, sheep in that
Don't
one.
like it.
Tickets, please. Tickets, please.
It's just yeah, without spoiling it. It's no.
Okay.
It's it's not good. It's really not good. I don't think it's personally not good. It's not good.
Okay.
But looking forward to talking about it.
Okay. Darren.
Just when you think no film could move slower than Stanley Kubrick's 2001, this film came along and went, hold my fucking drink. I'm not joking. You know, fucking even HAL 9000's giving this one side eye. It's like, all right, mate. Do you want to speed it up a bit?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. It's just I find comical are the little bits where you hear Brad Pitt's sort of like thought processes for something. Like, you know, somebody will be giving him some info and he'll sit there and go, I've never seen an actual baby pigeon. Are there any baby pigeons? Do they exist? Why can't I lick my own elbow? What happens if I sneeze with my eyes open? If I undo my belly button, will my ass fall off? You know?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just, you know, it's just tried to take stuff from other films and just try to knit them all together. And I will say this for it, right? It's proven that Brad Pitt doesn't have to have food in his mouth to try and, you know, to actually get through a film. So maybe he's progressed on from that. You know, he's trying a new thing.
Maybe that's why he's emotionally shut down, because he hasn't got gum in his mouth.
Yeah, or he's not eating peanuts or some bullshit like that, you know. He's man. Do you know what? I thought this film at the beginning, when they were having a little chase across the moon thing, doing the thing there with the action-packed bit, I thought this film showed, I thought maybe it's not as bad as everybody says it was. But then you get these brief bursts of action in the film, and then you get very long periods of no action whatsoever. But you get to hear everything from what Brad Pitt feels about, like, you know, overcharging in hospital car parks to Kindle mint cake. It's just, I mean, I reckon that's in the extended cut. Yeah.
Is it a cake or is it a mint?
Is it cake? Yeah. Is it taste? It doesn't taste of mint. Why do people from Kendall think that mint tastes like this? Are they living in the Matrix? Is that why? I should have taken the blue pill, man.
Oh God, where is Kendall anyway?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why did it? Who thought of the name Taint for that bit between my arsehole and my balls? Can I piss the length of this this control room? Because he spent a lot of time by himself. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? Hello. Echo.
The train now arriving at platform. Oh, okay.
So, what? It's really weird, isn't it? Oh, sorry. No, I'll shut up now. Sorry, I'll just keep coming up with Brad Pitt's thoughts. We can have this as an ongoing thing every week.
Yeah.
Just have some spaceship sounds.
Yeah. Just the and in the background you've got
Yeah.
Why is it that they're made in a machine, but McDonald's fries are all different lengths?
Why do men
The
have
spaceship
nipples?
just sails spaceship just sails up into the darkness. Okay. Well, I think we got we got your general idea on it. Looks like. For me, I've got to mirror everything you guys have said. I love a beautiful, slow looking sci-fi movie when it's all glorious images and look how cool and real it is. But
Yeah.
this is so fucking dull. It really is. I get existential angst and I get loneliness and disassociation from parents and, you know, introverted longing, looking into the void looks back into you, all that kind of stuff. But the problem with it is it's one of those movies, a bit like Apocalypse Now, where the journey is the story and the destination isn't satisfying, and there's so many bits and pieces you'd go, no, stop what you're doing and focus on that. And yeah, I really tried to stick with this one. I really did, because I thought it looked gorgeous, but every 5 minutes it would just take every bit of goodwill I had and just flick a peanut at it and then fire it out of an airlock and just watch it boringly float off into space. Because I just didn't connect with it. And space as a metaphor for emptiness and loneliness has been done to death by so many films, some of which I was trying to get, but unfortunately are not on streaming. And I'm down with it if it's got something to say, but the problem is it doesn't. Apart from Brad Pitt's got a resting heart rate of a sort of like blue whale or something. It's beyond that. The rest of it was kind of like, it was kind of half-assed, and it felt like it almost needed to be either much, much, much longer, or it needed to be much, much, much shorter. But the thing that we got was just a bit, didn't work for me at all, beyond visual wallpaper, which I enjoyed for what it was, but I didn't really connect with this at all. What about you, Jim?
I didn't mind it.
The silence was deafening as you listened to the three of them kick this film to death and then had to step forward.
I think you need to be in a certain mood for this movie, and I was in that mood for this movie. I don't think it's perfect, and it's kind of, my views on it have changed and did change as it was going along. Because I am on board with what you're saying. I can see that. But I have a tinfoil hat theory.
Right.
I'd come with by the end, which I quite like, and I think it's a very good interpretation of the movie. Right. And I think it's better than the director's from what I read. Which is why I know it's a tinfoil hat theory.
Right, okay. Nice.
But that's all into spoiler territory.
Okay.
But it is, I think it's one of those, I hate to say the word tone poem, but it's that. That's what it's going for. That. I'm not entirely sure it 100% succeeds. But if you're in a certain mood, which I kind of was at the time, I think it's interesting. I'm not sure it's good, but it's definitely interesting. And my theory makes it a lot more interesting.
I feel
God,
like
I hope so.
Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Because I was watching going, is this any good? Why has that happened? Oh, we're back to this. But by the time I got to the end, things had dropped in place in my head. I thought, oh, no, I like that. I like this. The interpretation I've come up with works really well, I think. But say that, unfortunately, all spoiler zone stuff.
okay.
But yeah, I was glad. I'd not seen it, which is why I picked it.
Right.
And it was kind of, I picked it because I'd been I'd heard a certain amount of chatter about it when it first came out. And I kind of just wanted all that just to die down and just watch it fairly blank, and I've forgotten what everyone was going on about online. And it's kind of, okay, I'm glad I've seen that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of, I thought it kind of, I don't think it entirely worked, but at the same time, it's a refreshing change of pace from a lot of the too much effects driven.
Yes.
Pew, pew, pew. Like Independence Day resurgence or regurgitation or whatever the fuck it was called. And all that kind of, that end of sci-fi that unfortunately CGI has enabled.
Yes. Where everyone flies a fighter pilot. Flies like a World War II fighter pilot around space.
Yes,
It's like, no. Yeah, I totally get that. Okay, cool. Well, everyone, you've heard our views. They are, I'd say, varied subtly in some places, but we'll get to that. And we're going to go into the spoiler zone. If you haven't seen this film, obviously do go watch it first. If you're not worried about spoilers, well, here we go. Spoilers!
Shut up, Wesley.
Right, okay, so here we are in the spoiler zone. Right, let's deal with the big elephant in the room, and that is space existential movies. By definition, are they supposed to be slow and boring? And what I mean by that is there are, as you said, Jim, before the spoiler zone, there's one half of sci-fi which is all pew pew spacecraft flying like fighter planes, yeah. And then there seems to be this whole wing of space movies where it's like real, quote unquote, real astronauts, and by definition, real astronauts have to be bottled up, buttoned down tight, and super calm, which doesn't make them for being particularly good protagonists, because you're sitting there staring at an emotionally blank person staring into space. And I'm thinking things like Interstellar, 2001, and a few others which are a bit more obscure, but the general gist is,
That's why I'd probably throw in stuff like Moon.
Yeah, Moon is another one. Yes. No, I would say Bruce Dern's a bit more fiery and passionate.
But it's still that kind of it's science fiction with
contemplative.
with the emphasis on science.
Yes,
but also it's in that sort of school of sci-fi which says actually SF is speculative fiction, not science fiction.
Well, good
you know what I mean? And it's
But that's my question: is are we being unfair to it because there's an entire genre of quiet, buttoned up, emotionally repressed men in space looking out at space, and so by definition, the subgenres kind of it's doing what it's supposed to do in that subgenre, and we might not necessarily like it, but it's not doing anything crap. It's just doing something on a level that we aren't really into.
Well, I think it's sort of tonally, if you take away the spaceships and stuff like that, it's very in that kind of like an art house movie sort of thing where everything is sort of understated, subtle. I think it's kind of, there's probably a lot more. There is that definite subgenre you talk about in science fiction filmmaking, but that does tie into the general like existential art house movies as well, which there's a lot more of.
Yeah.
As I say, I think it's a film you have to be in a certain mood for, and it's kind of, I think that's quite a specialized mood. I'll be fair.
Yep.
But I mean, it is in many. There's lots of bits in this you have seen in other things. That's one of its definite weaknesses.
God, isn't there?
But I mean, because there's nods to sort of, all the films mentioned, but also things like Outland. That's another one.
Yep.
Yep.
There's also touchy of things like Capricorn 1.
Yes.
But I'd say I won't really. But I do think it's almost. If you go with my tinfoil hat theory, the fact it's reminiscent of these things is making a point. But again, that is my own tinfoil hat theory, and it's not what the director was going for from the scanty, what I laughingly called research I did this afternoon when I should have been working.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I think my interpretation makes more sense than the director stated when I read, to be honest. Because I think from what director said it was meant to convey, this film fucking failed, man.
Yeah.
He did not nail that.
No. Okay. I mean, what about you guys, Jim? With Jim's sort of eloquently stated, it's a type of movie you have to be in the mental headspace for. But what about you, Elton? What do you think? I mean, Silent Man stares out at space, looking inwardly as he does, just drifts off. Is that a?
There's ways of doing that though, and I think this is cobbled together in the wrong way.
Right.
So I am all for the silent burn, the slow hum of engines. That's cool, man. But it depends on how they display that and how they show it, and in what mannerisms they do that with. And is the rest of the movie tonally locked to that as well? If you're there for the train journey all the way to Neptune, then okay, I'm expecting a train journey. But who directs this one? I forget. It doesn't matter. It's
James Gray. Is it James Gray?
Guy who thinks it's better than what it actually is.
James Gray.
He tries to inject adventure and excitement just for the fact of having some excitement in there. It's not because the story permits it or it flows with the story or anything like that. Yeah, I have never seen a movie where you have monkeys in space and it doesn't make that better. And here we are with a film with monkeys in space, and it hasn't improved that at all.
No.
There's a pull quote for the poster.
My tinfoil hat theory has a monkey clause. I'll say that now.
Yeah.
As much did the captain of that starship have monkey claws right in his face.
Right in your face. Right in your mush.
But you can do like the slow burn. We've seen the opening of 2000, well, not the opening, but the opening part of the space bit in 2001, where it's really quiet, but you're like wondering what's going on, and it's interesting. There's visual things to look at, whereas this, it's kind of solemn man looking back at, not even looking back at you, looking over your shoulder, going, well, here we are. I have 4 Tic Tacs for this mission. I'm looking forward to
72 days.
eating the first one after 12 million miles. I shall put this bucket away now. What shall I do? But yeah, that just doesn't engage me. But then the director is like, well, I know how to spice up my boring fucking movie. I know, we'll have a car chase. Well, where are you going to do that? We'll do it on the moon. Oh, okay. Because, that's a car chase on the moon. That's got to be exciting, isn't it? No, it's one of the worst car chases I've seen in my life. It's awful. We'll put monkeys in there. No, that's fucking ridiculous. Get to the ship underwater on Mars. That'll be exciting, won't it? What, while they're counting down from 10 as he's climbing up the ladder? How did he get into that ship? It doesn't really matter. Page 1, paragraph 1.
Line 1. Shut up. That's why.
Fuck up, that's why.
Yeah. And even like the fight on the ship as well. It's like, I pose you no harm. And the woman just like splat into the door. It's like, okay, you're trying to generate something that's not really. This film doesn't deserve it. I don't think the tone of the movie quite fits with what he's trying to inject into here. And it's as if, right, we've got to get from here, A, to B, and it's a solemn movie, but things will happen. Okay. And they need to be exciting to hold the attention because people don't like boring movies. And I'm making a boring movie. So I will put car chases, I will put monkeys and fights and stuff like that all in this, interspersed. And they won't really work. But, let's just do it anyway. And let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And, it's just, is there anything... I think the only thing that you can top it is put Liv Tyler on a video comm again. We saw her in... what was it? Armageddon. That woman is now perpetually on a video comms into space.
I think she was in Captain America: Brave New World as well.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, carry on, Elton.
But look, I do like the slow burn stuff. I really enjoy it when it works. Maybe is it that Brad can't do this? Maybe he's not fit for it. He's at his best, he's quirky. I think he works really well when he's serious or quirky, and this is serious, but it's okay. But you have to act with, I don't know, one of your muscles in your face. And he's like, okay, which one? And the director's like, well, just frown a little bit. And he's like, ugh. You can imagine him looking into a mirror just going, no, that's the wrong frown. I'll try this. No, it's... I'm sorry. It's not... I have watched this once before, and I was sat there going, "This is not great." But I was interested to find out how it would be the second time round. I'm interested to find out, if there are tinfoil hats and stuff like that regarding it. But it's just, it's just him going to see his dad. His dad going, no, popping up to the pub, fucks off, and he goes home. That's it.
Yeah.
Just popping out for chips and mushy peas, lads.
Yeah, he popped out for
Be
a
back
fag.
later.
He popped out for a fag down the newsagents, and oh, really? And what happened? Well, that was 35 years ago. Okay.
Fell into the pub,
Mummy,
and that was it.
Dad's buggered off with some whippets.
And it has these moments of, well, we're a space movie, so we got to do this. We're on our way to Neptune, so of course we're going to go past Jupiter. Of course, the planets have lined up.
Well, it
like
is on
that.
the way. In fairness,
It is on the way sometimes, not all the time though.
Exactly, yes.
And then Saturn, because it's on the way sometimes, but probably for 150 years not. But it just so happens to be in line.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be there?
Maybe, and I'm doing the writing for them here, maybe he's using the planets to slingshot across the galaxy, This is it. Maybe
so happens, though. Yes. Oh.
Yeah, I know. But then it's like, bouncing off of the, when you fire off a fucking the white ball on an empty pool table. Maybe that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's how they get across space. They bounce off of things.
It has that moment also when he's on his way back. Sorry to jump to the end, but he's on his way back and he's like, okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the explosion. Oh my God, I'm actually saying these words. I'm going to use the explosion to help me carry me back to Earth.
Alien.
I don't think science works like that.
Nostromo.
To get into the solar system, you have to slow down, not fire yourself in. I know that it's a bit more complicated than that as well, but it frustrates me. It frustrates me so much.
Do you believe he got to Earth or not, though?
Oh, here we go. That rustling you can hear is the bacon foil coming out.
It is.
Yep.
It's being fashioned into a hat. Before we get to...
I read it. From what you see that nuclear explosion catch up to him, and that ship is covered. It all whites out. That dude is deader than fucking flares. And that bit in the end is very much like, I am Decimus, Miraximus, Dedimus, walking through a cornfield to see my children.
I've landed in Elysium. Yes. Not sure how I got here. I kind of just took a chance. Well, my calculations, or should I say me just pointing at something and then firing and hoping for the fucking best, that all the plans will be in alignment by the time I get back in like 8 months' time. There's a spot of luck. Look, I'm burning up in the atmosphere. Fucking yes. Aren't I fucking great? Look at me. God, I got to visit every single planet in our solar system, and I've hit the fucking planet Earth. Jesus Christ, quickly, get me on Bullseye with Jim fucking Bowen. I'm winning the speedboat, you fuckers.
I mean, I don't want to jump to the end myself, but I don't want to jump to the end myself, but I would say standing on a spinning, rotating radar that's doing like 25 RPM and hoping to accidentally leap off of it and have it slingshot you towards a spaceship that's like several thousand kilometers away.
Yeah. Can I just say, I've got a way to improve this movie, right? Know it. Right now, when they did that, they gotta have a montage of him flying across the solar system to get to where he needed to be. What you do is you just put in the theme tune to The Littlest Hobo, and the fucking lyrics fit. There's a voice that keeps on calling me. See,
you can have the words at the bottom with the bouncy ball as well, couldn't you?
Yep. Hang on. I mean, are you really just going for that?
Yep, that's it, right? Okay,
yeah.
With the lyrics, right, with the singing.
Yeah.
The voice, transmission.
Yep.
Nice. I'm liking it. I can see it.
Flying past Jupiter.
There's Saturn.
Maybe tomorrow I want to settle down. I'll just keep moving on.
I only came for a kebab.
Sorry about that. That's our outro, by the way, guys. Just because I don't think any of you have heard it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the flying past different planets. I mean, we're in the future. I mean, we got fucking space elevators. I get what you're saying, but that doesn't bother me nearly as much as the rest of it. I find the genre of man existentially stares into space while has thoughts in his head that are portrayed by twitchy eye movements and lots of very sad, mad Max Richter music doesn't land with me if I don't care. And the problem I have in this one, and it's pretty much, unfortunately, it's pretty much the same as I had with First Man, which was actually a true story about an introverted, emotionally shut down man who has to go to the actual moon, is that the story has to happen around him and to him, but he never partakes in the story. And by that I mean, like, for example, he leaves the shockwave blows up a load of stuff. He falls off it, and that's quite a dramatic scene, brilliantly shot. But the whole reason for that scene to exist is just to say his heart. He fell all the way down from space. He skydived from space. He bumberguarded the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
and his heart rate never went over 60. And it's like, and the drama is immediately gone because he's not excited. He's not involved. He isn't even drawing a deep breath. And just to really kind of rub it in, here's a parachute. So the movie gives you action, gives you drama, and at the first opportunity it gets, it goes and cuts the legs out from it. Now, with something like, for example, Gravity, which is constant, everything explodes, I'm always falling through space, the movie, or 2001, which is completely the other way, which is just sail from here to there, shit gets weird, further out we go. The movie has both of those movies, and kind of go, they tread their path, they lay themselves out, and they just go in a straight line. And the movie evolves around the characters in it. So whether you want explosions or spacecraft or whatever. With Ad Astra, what happens is it keeps stopping and starting. So we know he's an emotional shutdown man. That's fine. We know he's going out to see his father. That is also fine. But then what we have is these end of boss action levels that are there to basically, as far as I can tell, keep the audience awake, because it doesn't have faith that the audience will go with Brad Pitt doing nothing but stare out of a window. So we have action sequence on Moon. That's end of Act 1. Action sequence with the baboons. That's the end of Act 2. Then we have action sequence in the ship going to Neptune, start of Act 2, and then Act 3 is all of start of Act 3, and all of Act 3 is really what the movie should have been, which is him going quietly off his nut in a spaceship on his own for 70 odd days. But to me, it feels like the film doesn't have the faith in that. And you can tell that it doesn't have the faith in it, because then what happens is they start throwing in ponderously ponderously weighty, quote unquote, profound thoughts running through his head, telling you. It's doing the Blade Runner thing. Someone somewhere in a studio sat down and went, "What's this about? I don't understand what his problem is." And then immediately you got Brad Pitt back in the sound booth going, I don't want to do this. Fucking do it or you won't get paid. Okay. I was wondering as I looked out the window, was the window looking back at me? By the way, why is there so few what's-its in this bag? And it's just like, am I paying for the weight of the bag? And it's all these weird, ponderous things that add nothing to the story because he's just re-emphasizing the fact that he's emotionally shut down and distant from everyone, which you've seen for the better part of 2 hours. You know, he walks up to Ruth Negga and she says something, and then the bloke just suddenly appears and goes, "You're going to talk to your dad. Come on, in this booth." And then he just says a couple of profound things and then gets up and walks off and then goes, "Oh, you got a response from my dad, didn't you?" And everyone goes, "Yeah." Or says, "No, you can go home now. We don't need you."
Mm.
And he goes "Ugh," in a room and then goes back to normal. And it's like, maybe there would be more profundity to his emotional shut-in if we knew his connection to his father beyond everyone else telling us that he's a space hero. Everything is kind of explained to the audience by third parties, and Brad Pitt does nothing but just blankly stare at everything, and his voiceover does the rest. And I think that's the problem I have. First Man has Ryan Gosling as Mannequin Skywalker. Sorry, I mean Neil Armstrong. And and in that case we've got Claire Foy going, "Why won't you open up to us? Why won't you tell us how worried you are about going to the moon?" and all this kind of thing. And he can't. But that's the character. That's really what Neil Armstrong was like. So, okay, I might not be into it, but at least everyone around us is giving us context for how he is the way he is. With this film, Brad Pitt just sits in a tube, in various tubes, staring out of a window while his voiceover tells us how he's actually feeling. And it doesn't tell us anything particularly interesting.
No.
And then he gets to his dad, and the film goes, we don't care about any of that now. And, I mean, I have to admit, I was kind of into the Zen mode of kind of, okay, I'm just going to watch this for the visuals, watch this for the journey. I know where we are now. We're in Apocalypse Now territory. We're in Heart of Darkness territory. Fucking Martin Sheen going down the river, Saigon, and all this sort of the horror. Mm-hmm. And I knew that's where that's how I felt we were going. But then he gets, in Apocalypse Now, even though that's not really a film I particularly enjoy or beyond appreciating it as a work of art, I just go, I don't care. But they get to Colonel Kurtz, and they're in with Colonel Kurtz for a good third of the movie. So you have the journey and you have the conclusion. In this, he literally rocks up, puts a bomb in the place, and then goes, and then you go, what's the antimatter explosion and that's killing everyone? And Tommy Lee Jones goes, I don't know, it's just a thing that happened after I killed everyone, and then it's just, I can't stop it. It's like, dude, you've been in the space station for 35 fucking years. Surely you know how something works. And it's like, I'm going to blow the station up, Dad. And he goes, okay. And then they get in the spacecraft, and he goes, I'm off now. Bye. And he just fucking fires his jet engine and shoots off to Neptune, and that's it. He's like,
we out of here.
Yeah. I got paid more than Jai Courtney for War Machine. I'm off. Well, and it's just like he's in his little spacecraft. And he's wee, and the profound bit is let me go, which is that's the whole point of the film, is to let your parents go. Understand that you have to move on. You have to move away from them. You have to break free of their influence in some way.
I thought there was also part of the movie was about not finding intelligent life out there, searching for something that's never going to turn up.
Well, exactly. That's the other one. That's the other thing. The existential angst of knowing that the entire universe has no life in it except for Earth is quite a profound thing to suddenly get. I think if the world knew for sure 100% that this was the only planet, that would have a profound impact on what everyone's doing, because there isn't. I know they always say there is no planet B, there is no plan B, but fuck me, if you really knew for absolutely positive certain that there was nothing there, that would send you loopy, I suspect.
Yeah, but there's like a quiet man or quiet woman story there to be had. And you could have had that for half this movie. Well,
I think that story is there, but it's not the Brad Pitt story.
No.
This is making my tinfoil hats theory, but
here we go. Buckle up.
This is a very visual film.
Yes.
And I very much... this sort of dawned on me as the film unfolded. But the further away from Earth you get, the shitter everything is. This isn't... It says at the start, this was a time where space inspired hope. I saw that opening title card as the film went on as being increasingly ironic and sarcastic.
Yeah.
Because what we have here is corporatized space. It's being run by people. It's not NASA anymore. It's space.com. And they can't be fucked with space travel. It's too much fucking trouble.
Yeah.
They're quite happy Tommy Lee Jones has discovered nothing out there. Fuck him. It's only when he starts stirring the pot and fucking things up on Earth they've suddenly got a problem. But other than that, they're happy to let it all rot. I mean, Brad Pitt, he goes to the moon and, there's all this screening and it's kind of, we all grew up with books where it said, in 1995, we'll all be taking day trips to the moon.
Yes.
And this shows the reality of it, that because of corporate liability laws, you have to be extensively screened for health and mental things before they'll let you get anywhere near the moon shuttle.
Yeah.
Then you get to the moon, and it's fucking exit through the gift shop.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt says, my father would have torn this all down. And then when you have to get to the other base, you find these space pirates on the moon. Which, it's all just fucking gone to rat shit because nobody cares.
Yeah.
They're just really paying lip service to running a space program. You get to Mars, it's even fucking worse. It's like going into a dodgy indie club when they get to the Mars base. There's graffiti on the walls, knackered lights. No one gives a shit. The entire crew are fucking burnout crazies and probably... in corporate terms, totally fucking expendable. Yeah. The sooner they can wind this shit up and just get back to making more money, the better. And I see it's a voyage into the pointlessness of space travel as being run by corporate interests. And Brad Pitt, he confronts his father, who thought he was a hero. He finds he's killed his own crew. He's whacked out crazy. He fucking just lets Dad zoom off in the void, and then effectively dies in a nuclear explosion. The end. And that's very bleak and satisfying to me currently.
Yeah,
I like that. But this is why this is the monkey claws. It's like when that bloke gets attacked by that baboon, me and Teresa looks at her going, why the fuck would anyone have a baboon in space to do experiments? But when I got to Mars and I saw how badly that was run, it was of course to have a baboon as a lab animal because it was cheap. Because no one in their right mind would take a fucking baboon. Because knowing people who've worked in Africa, the general consensus is baboons should be shot on sight because they're bastards. Yeah. It's totally on point. I mean, at the time I thought, that's a bit silly. but I'll take it because it's livened this up. By the time I got to Mars, I went, no, it's completely on point to have a baboon and it'd be poorly supervised. That is exactly how this operation's being run. This is totally like the shit show we've got now, magnified 15 minutes into the future.
I love the idea of pointlessly supervised baboons being the subtitle for this movie.
But you know what I mean? We see the movie like that, it suddenly all starts to make a lot of sense. And I say it's kind of almost like this existential, bleak sort of satire about space travel and all these huge cosmic ideas. I was like, basically, that also is there, but we're too shit, and the people in charge are certainly too shit for us to ever do that. It's all got too dumbed down, and we're fucked.
Yeah.
Now, I looked online, and apparently, I really thought that Brad Pitt didn't make it back to Earth. That bit in his brain, that is like the gladiator vision of heaven when he dies. But no, apparently, according to the director, he does, and the whole message of the movie is it's about saying, well, there's nothing out there, but that's comforting because you have to really love the things we've got.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, really? That's what you're shooting for? Because you show me a future that is utterly joyless. It reminds me of Blade Runner, where everything's broken and nobody cares. We can build replicants. We've got supercomputers. We can go to the stars. We can have a Tannhauser Gate, whatever that is. Yep. And you know what? Everyone's thick, stupid, and bored fuckless.
Nice.
You know what I mean? He's kind of Brad Pitt. The vision of him getting back to Earth is kind of these are the last vestiges of hope in a dying brain. But that doesn't look a good Earth. That is not a future where you go, where you're being constantly psychologically tested and stress leveled by an AI for your employer. This isn't a vision of the future where let's make the best of everything and see the beauty of a flower around us.
Yeah.
You totally fucking failed to nail that, Mr. James Gray. Yeah. My version is of this bleak, almost satire of those sort of ponderous, cosmic, spaces, existential and spiritual movies. Makes a lot more sense. Well, but maybe that's just where I am right now.
Yeah, well, obviously, it's always you take from a movie what you bring to it, I guess. But I think.
But a lot of things make sense if you see it that way.
Yeah, if you see it as like a nihilistic tone poem, you're right on point. I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
just a couple of things. By the way, if you told me that this film was written and performed by AI, I would not have been surprised because that's what it sounded like. Has anybody seen those movies that people make in AI? And the way that the actual lines are delivered, it's like this, right? This is how it goes. My shoes are by the TV. Yes, I can see your shoes are by the TV. Are they laced up? Yes, they are laced up. That is what the delivery sounded like when people were interacting. It's just small. There's no talking across one another or anything. It's small packets of information.
Again, this goes back to what I was saying before about. I mean, I get where Jim's coming from with the whole tone poem, nihilistic tone poem thing is, but he's right on point with the fact that James Gray gets it tits up because the voiceover is constantly slamming you with profundity and making subtext text. And so everything feels stilted because it's just literally the voiceover bolted on. And going back to Blade Runner, it's that thing. It's last minute. I'm looking on the Wikipedia now, and it turns out that the film was released on the 19th of August. On the 9th of August, Brad Pitt was back in the recording booth, recording the narration. So that stuff is right at the very end. Stuck on over everything because they didn't trust that people would go with it. And I'm looking at the quotes here. We've got in the end the son suffers the sins of the father. It's like, squawk. Okay. And it's like, I'm looking forward to the day my solitude ends and I am home. And then another one, I do what I do because of my dad.
Oh my God.
You know, it's like, and then another one, I'm so selfish, I'm so selfish, I'm so selfish, I'm a selfish person. Forgiveness is bullshit. Most of us spend our lives in hiding.
Hang in there, kitty.
I've been trained to compartmentalize. It seems to me that's how I approach my life. And it's like a self-destructive side. That's what she used to say to me. I should feel something. And it's just like, to me, that's like some kind of edgy teenager trying to do something nihilistic as a script or a poem in their bedroom at the age of 14. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't sound like something that an adult would genuinely say. And whereas, and they're using the Blade Runner comparison because I think that's a really good one, Jim. Whereas watching stuff happen and building a world around it is good. As soon as you narrate these kind of blatantly obvious statements, you undercut the profound art house, you know, the journey is the message sort of thing, because you're just plonking these trite little, as you say, Elton, hang in there kitty kind of, you know the sort of like life statements that you see on Facebook dotted around by your mad aunt. You know, it's that.
I'm reading the last one now, and as much as they're good, I don't know how much it adds to it.
I do think less would have been more.
Yes. Strangely enough, despite us both, all of us, well, with the exception of you, Jim, saying that the film is profoundly dull, I think if you were left to make up your mind for everything, the ambiguity would give you more to deal with or chew on. But shit like you know, was it? I just saw one the other day earlier. Sorry, God damn it, they're using me. It's like, right, okay.
Yeah, we already know that.
Yeah, we already know that. We're there. Why go on? Why keep trying? So many times in my life I've screwed up. I've talked when I should have listened. I've been harsh when I should have been tender. It's like, that's not really helping. It's all that's doing is just giving voice to the script, not the character.
Yeah, isn't there something that if the audience are one step in front of the person actually living through it, then you kind of failed. Instead of not trying to guess, but trying to work it out, just follow along with the story, finding out things as your protagonist finds them out as well. If you already know that he is steady, he is calm, he slept well, then well, why are you telling me this? I already know this.
Yeah, and it's already been reinforced by the generals at the start. You fell off a space elevator, for Christ's sake, and your heartbeat never went over a 60. And it's like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
We know you're emotionally locked down. He's got put the mission in front of everything else. In front of Liv Tyler, who we only just discover at the very end actually has legs.
You're on mute, Liv.
You're on mute. No, mute. Mute.
Press the space. Control M. Control M.
Writes it on a bit of card.
But even like when he goes to the moon, we already get the sound over the landing bay of, like, please stay within for the safety of everyone, please stay within your local, within the local base area. No one should depart or leave the area beyond a certain point. That's lovely. That's beautiful. That's your Blade Runner blimp going over selling sort of antidepressants and contraceptions on the side of the blimp. Little details that you can pick up and go, I like that. That's given me context for everything. But as soon as he lands, he looks around. Donald, what's his name? Donald Sutherland has a heart attack, falls over, and then he walks out, gets on his. No, he doesn't have a heart attack until they arrive. But they get on the lunar buggies, and you get a voiceover going, "Here we go again, fighting for resources. What the hell am I doing here?" It's like, it's just pull the horn, squawk. This is the bit that we could have put just left in the background, and you could have figured it out. And the characters go later on, pirates. We've got pirates coming in from the left and the right. It's like, that's all you need. You don't have to re-emphasize the fact
you
that
don't need. It is like the two cuts of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Of where in the original theatrical cut where they added the voiceover, it actually makes it harder to understand.
Yeah.
By explaining it.
Exactly. Yeah. Bryant said 6 years, but they said, no, she'll live for longer and all this sort of thing. And it's like, or maybe we can just be left with some ambiguity, perhaps. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But, but even like the bit that I thought.
I would also go, sorry, to jump in, to go back to something Elton said. I do think a different actor could have carried this role better. Nothing against Brad Pitt, he's very good in some things, but I don't think this is quite his range. I mean, he can't sort of say a lot by saying nothing in the same way, say, Ryan Gosling does in Drive.
I was just about to mention Ryan Gosling because he plays a much better lonely man in space in Project Hail Mary than Brad Pitt does in this one. In
the first 20 minutes when he wakes up on the ship, I'd agree with you. After that, it becomes generic, quirky guy. But I agree with you. Otherwise, But you're right, Jim. I mean, I think Brad Pitt was not the guy for it. Same as what Elton's saying. I would say you need someone. In fact, this is going to sound really weird, but I think he nailed that kind of slightly broken tone. But and bear with me here because I'm expecting derision. But I think George Clooney in Solaris does the staring out of a window, looking sad and broken, with much more empathy, with just as minimal lines. But in the case of Solaris, you don't have him narrating the whole thing either.
No.
You can figure this shit out on your own.
Stick it on the list.
Yeah. If I could find it, I'd put it on the docket for this week. But I can't.
It was on the docket years ago. I bought 2 copies by accident. I think you guys had it on there. I was like, okay, I will buy this.
Yeah.
And then I think you start, let's put it on the docket again. And I bought it again, and now I have 2 copies.
Nice.
I don't know if I can find them though. But
yeah.
Great story, Owen.
Yeah, well done.
I'm going to put a person forward for this.
Go on.
John Hamm. I think he would have been really good at it.
Yeah, I think John Hamm would have pulled it off. The problem with John Hamm is probably this for me is the same problem I have with Ryan Gosling in a profound role. He in both cases, John Hamm and Ryan Gosling, both of them have started to lean more towards comedy. And I don't know if they've both gone too far into the tipping point now where it was like I was watching the trailer for believe it or not, for the Poseidon Adventure.
Oh my
and God. And you hear and see Leslie Nielsen as the captain of the USS Poseidon. And he's doing this very important sort of voiceover on the trailer as well. And when you hear him talking like this, that witness the terror of the disaster at sea, and you just think, a disaster at sea? Surely you can't be serious. Of course I'm serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
And it's just like that whole thing, that whole serious side of Leslie Nielsen with him in Columbo and Forbidden Planet and dozens of other things goes out the window as soon as they become even slightly comedic. And I think Ryan Gosling is starting to do that now. As much as I like him in stuff, I thought he was incredibly charming in things like Fall Guy, which wasn't a great film, but it was, you know, it was a good laugh, exactly. Yeah. And you know, Project Hail Mary, it was good for what it was. I think I liked it, but you know, at the end of the day, the emotional weight of everything just went up like a steam cloud. He as soon as he starts quipping with a space alien, and yeah, John Hamm's the same. Since he started to do sort of like more of the Black Mirror comedy stuff, Good Omens, all that kind of thing, he's you see him and you see him as a leading man, but you know that he's going to go quirky, shall we say?
Yeah.
But I do agree. I think he would have been a much better, you know, much better than Brad Pitt, who looks like he's being told, don't do what you normally do. Which is, you know, he's endlessly charming as in most films, you know, if regardless of whether you like the films or not. But it'd be like sticking Keanu Reeves in a film and then saying, you must play this dead straight. And you can't imagine Keanu Reeves playing anything dead straight.
Yeah, I'd struggle. I struggle with him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think the more I think about it, the more I think Ad Astra was let down by the fact that they had no trust in the audience.
You could have really gone along the aping of 2001 with it. Yeah, imagine if you had like the weird orchestral as they go past Jupiter, as they go past Saturn, you know, that sort of thing. Or you could have adapted that and had, because you're talking about no life beyond our solar system, you could have, as you get to the moon, you hear some static. As you get to Mars, the static builds on your journeys. As you get to Jupiter, you know, the static builds, and you're not quite sure why the static is building, but it's because there's no other signals. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
And that's that plays all the way through until you get to Neptune, and where the static has driven his dad bonkers.
Yeah. Which actually has some scientific basis in fact, because this is another story going off the back of like Artemis and all that sort of stuff. But whenever astronauts have gone behind the moon, yeah, they always say that they hear weird noises.
Do they make the fucking heart shapes with their hands as well? Because that's all they seem to do on that bloody fucking spaceship.
No, they still worry about the frozen pipes on the toilets, but that's another story. But no, but
the thing is, camera, oh look, I can make a heart shape with my hands. Really? Can you? Fucking idiots.
Give over.
Pisses me off.
God, you're going down the Darren Chips on a spade route here.
It just pisses me off.
Why?
It just does. Look, we can all make a heart with our hands. Stop it. Let's just all stop it.
I bet they filmed in portrait and all.
Yeah, fucking did. Bastards.
What I was going to say was, any astronaut, including the Apollo missions and all that kind of stuff, that have gone behind the moon, hear weird noises. And what it turned out, they thought they were like hearing aliens and that kind of stuff. But what they're actually hearing is, once they're out of radio static range of Earth and the Earth is blocked, they pick up the background radiation of everything,
Yeah.
or the background noise. So you start hearing particle noises and all sorts of stuff that you wouldn't normally hear because you're standing in front of a massive radio transmitter, which is the Earth.
Yeah.
That's just constantly playing blaring noise at you. And the idea that as soon as he left like distance from Mars or wherever it was that was like a decent radio transmitter and went behind Jupiter, that would be it. He couldn't hear a thing. I think, then you've got the whole thing. You've got that cosmic horror of existential loneliness, of nothing being out there, not being able to understand anything. And I think that's such a profound thing. And then, like I say, getting to the end of getting to the end of the solar system and finding your dad isn't the hero you thought he was. And not only that, he's murdered everyone else. And not only that,
and left their corpses just floating in the corridor for
35 years. Yeah. And then on top of that, that there's nothing beyond that line, that very edge. I hate to evoke the name because I think it's going to cause other people to start twitching. But there's an episode that one of the latest episodes of Doctor Who, one of the last ones with David Tennant in it, has them rock up on a spaceship that's on the very edge of the universe.
Yeah, it does.
Because of various things. And there's this moment of the Doctor standing against the window on this empty, dead ship. And he's just freaked out because he's never experienced that moment of just nothing beyond that glass. No light, no spaceships, no life, no nothing. And it's just that one moment. It's whether you like the episodes, and you can discuss that until the cows come home, but I don't care about that bit. But that moment was really kind of, ooh, it's that cliff edge thing. You're standing on the cliff edge, just one more step, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And it just, Ad Astra could have done that. It could have done the existential Event Horizon thing. It could have done that. But there's nothing beyond there. Nothing at all.
No.
And that's what drove his dad mad. And that's what's going to drive him mad if he... And it tries to. But again, instead of having him go quietly bonkers, it suddenly turns around and has him go, the 0G and extended duration of the journey is affecting me both physically and mentally. I am alone. Something I've believed I preferred, but I am alone. I confess, it's wearing on me. I am alone. I am alone. It's like, did you really need to just fucking heap that on?
Yep.
If you had a voiceover, you could have said something far more poetic. If you had to have voiceover.
Yeah. But that's my problem. It's kind of, it's all the right ingredients for a cake, but put in the wrong order and in the wrong volumes. And I just feel like the cake just went. Because instead of doing the 2001 thing of just sitting there and you have to sit there slack-jawed and watch it happen, or Blade Runner, here's the world and here's a little story in it. What you've got is this existential journey, and they might get bored now. I know, we'll have a car chase.
Well, the thing with 2001 is that the space journey, that's like half the movie. It's only half the movie. You got half a movie before that. You get to that.
Yeah.
And so that they really pack it in and condense it, and it feels like a full-blown movie in itself. Whereas this it's trying to stretch that out and pad that out a little bit. And it's like, well, we want to do a full movie of this. Surely this will be good because everyone loves 2001. They're forgetting like the first 45 minutes is not that.
Yeah.
I think it's all well and good aping it, but I don't know. It's just there is something to be told there. I think it's just told wrong.
Okay. Right. Well, I feel like we're getting towards the end of the cast. Jim, do you want to throw anything else into the hat? Because I feel like you're the most positive and you've said the least.
No, so I have my tinfoil hat theory out there now, orbiting Neptune for anyone who wants it.
Yeah.
No, but I do think I'd like to see a fan cut of this with maybe an edited version that takes out some of the voiceover. I think that because I like the film, but I said I think it's an interesting film rather than a great film. But I think if you took the voiceover out, that could be quite the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, because I remember what a difference it made to Blade Runner.
Yeah.
and you wouldn't think it would make such a difference, but bloody hell, it did.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, voiceover rarely works, I feel.
I know they tell screenwriters not to do it, and generally it is quite a good rule. And this is a good example of why not to overuse it.
Because it just undermines everything. It just.
Well, I think you got to be saying something different to what you're being shown.
Yeah.
And that's why the voiceover in Taxi Driver works.
Yeah.
And also why the voiceover in here doesn't really work as well as it should.
Well, yeah, and like I say, finding out that it's finding out that it was recorded 10 days before the movie went out. It's like
did strong Blade Runner vibes there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
panic stations.
Definite panic stations. Cool. Darren, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, going back to that bit about, it trying to sort of like copy 2001. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a homage to 2001, it's a copy. And this is the problem with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not done creatively. It's like, right, okay. What they do in 2001, well, there's lots of, silent traveling across the universe that we put music in. Because, a lot of people will look at this and think, why isn't there any noise? Even though they shouldn't be in space. So you need to put music in there and it's like, it's not that at all. It's just, okay, let's do the same thing there. Stick it in there. That'll be good. Yep. That's a good one. So, it's not done. It's not a homage. It's a copy. That's it. Because it's quite soulless.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, do something with it. Be creative. Take it and put your own little twist on it. That'd be great. And secondly, so we're this far into the future that we've now got ships that can go out to wherever we need them to be. Deep space travel's a thing. People have been to Mars and all that shit, right? Okay. Could we not build a railway going from the base to the actual launch site? Do we have to go by Sinclair C5 to the destination?
They don't want to spend money. This is a cheap-ass operation. Look, you gave him space suits to go on that buggy, frankly, and didn't you tell me to hold the fucking breath?
It's almost like the Ryanair version. Is it Ryanair? No, what's the one? Yeah, Ryanair. It is Ryanair. Yeah, where you're literally, if you don't pay the right price, then you are strapped to the wings. Yeah. So this is Ryanair. In fact, this is how it is. Ryanair is sponsoring the space travel.
Well, do you want to know what
Brad Pitt just trying to put his luggage into a box? It's like it won't fit. It won't fit. I'll have to buy another one.
But it said on the thing that this will fit in the hand luggage. Yes, not on this airline. No. You've got to have a bag the size of a cigarette packet, I'm afraid.
Well, ironically, this film does have financing from an actual sponsor of spaceflight. In the first 20 minutes when he goes back up to the moon, he's going back up on a Virgin space shuttle.
Oh, okay.
And it was actually sponsored by
Really?
Virgin because they used all the branding on the screens. But then apparently they weren't particularly happy about the fact that when Brad turns around and goes, "Can I have a pillow and a blanket?" and they say, "Yeah, $125."
I love that bit. Yep.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
Yeah, but that's another example of beautiful storytelling. You don't need to know anything more than that. Corporates have got involved. Suddenly, even the most basic of comforts, like a blanket and a fucking pillow, which would come free on a plane, suddenly you have to cough up 125 quid because it's fuel on a spacecraft. And you go, that's quite a thing.
Yeah.
It also gives you a little bit of the view into the economy and how much money isn't really worth that much.
Yeah. How much everything's gone up. Yeah, the price of everything.
Yep.
So,
I think that's that's starting this week sometime, I think.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of I'm looking forward to my my meeting with my mortgage advisor because I want to fill up the tank of my petrol tank to go down to Bristol. So
He
yeah,
just looks at you and goes, "Don't."
yeah. It's like, what's your annual income? What? And with your wives? No, we've rejected you. But great, woohoo. Anything else you want to add, Elton?
It's just another nitpick, I suppose.
Go for it.
When I think he punches in coordinates to go back to Earth from Neptune, and the ship talks to him and tells him that it's like however million miles back there. I don't think it would say million miles. I think it would. I think it would be doing time instead. But it's a real nitpick thing. But I don't think it'd just say millions of miles. Put a speedo up on there and then slowly count down the miles ever so slightly.
Should be in parsecs.
Parsing. Yeah. The Millennium Falcon coming the other way.
Yeah, I reckon it'd just be in months or time or whatever, and that I think that would be a better representation than anything. Because once you get past 1 million miles, really, does it matter? I think it's more time would matter to a human than actual distance.
Well, I mean, there's a whole thing I could get into. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, so I'm going to really breeze through this one very, very quickly. But my big problem was that one of the things they tried to do is make the whole thing about like how space travel is important and takes time and it's slow and all this kind of thing. Yeah. And that's cool. And then he takes 70 odd days to get to Neptune. Now, okay, we're in the future, right? But that ship burns from Mars to Neptune in 73 days. It did take Voyager on a slingshot orbit fucking nearly a good couple of years to get out there, to get out that far, and it didn't even get close enough to slow down. So, firstly, you got to go, yep, science fiction, okay, cool. But the bit that bugs me the most is that fucking ending. Standing on a rotating fucking whirligig radar, which in and of itself is a stupid idea in space. Because why would you have something spin? You're not in a 2D plane. You're in 360 degrees. But anyway, you're on it. You're spinning around like a fucking whirling dervish. And then you just think, if I jump now, I can eyeball it across several hundred kilometers.
Yep.
And not only that, with my Captain America shield of metal, I can go at high speed, jet through an entire asteroid belt of ice.
With my MFI, two before cupboard door.
You piece of two before.
Dig it off the cupboard unit.
My rustic door.
Made of MDF.
Yeah. Fucking Tommy Walsh going off with his bit of MDF. No, I mean, and then not only that, but then he doesn't get deflected by the debris that's smashing through this thing. And it's smashing through enough to damage it. So it must be breaking his fucking arm and all sorts of stuff. And he still manages to bullseye a tiny spaceship.
Well,
now
it would stop him from moving. That's the thing. It would counteract his acceleration, surely.
Yeah, he'd hit every fucking thing and it would slow him down, deflect him, bounce him around. And then not only that, he hits a ship that's so small. I mean, I'm not gonna do the whole gag again, but there was the whole thing about the fact that Intel had that error, didn't they? They had that tiny error in their old Pentium 90s. Do you remember this?
What, you mean the Millennium bug?
No. There was a floating point error in the original Pentium 90. Pentium 90 chip. And basically it was off by 0.00001 or something stupid, some ridiculously tiny amount. And everyone's going, well, that's not such a big deal. And NASA turned around and said, yeah, but if we fired a tennis ball from Earth at the sun and we're off by 0.00001, we'd miss the sun by nearly 93 million miles.
Yeah. Now,
that's the fucking sun, and you're firing a tennis ball, and the margin for error is 0.16 zeros and a 1. That's not Brad Pitt eyeballing it, jumping off a fucking whirligig through an asteroid field at something that's about 100 foot long. It's just like, that would be like me trying to shoot a pea through a glass window and try and have it land on someone's plate in the other side of the fucking road
in the Vatican City somewhere.
It's like, you are having a fucking laugh, but it's like, oh, it's very profound, it's very real. It's like, no, can we just hang up the fucking pretense of reality here and just stop it?
I like the thought of Tommy Lee Jones just floating in space, and then all of a sudden Brad just goes woof past him. He's like, oh fuck, I made the wrong choice
here. But yeah, and the whole thing with Tommy Lee Jones, like I say, existential angst, get it, existential, terror at the fact that you're the only person's left, I get it. But the fact is that the antimatter explosion thing, wiping out people left, right, and center, and him just going, yeah, I don't know, it just didn't work, it just stopped working. It's like, so it didn't matter. It's not you doing it isn't you going mad and trying to destroy all life in the universe because you realize that, you've gone Nietzschean on it and gone, nothing matters. You've gone, it's none of that. And then he just gets out the ship and then he just goes, let me go, and then flies off. And it's like, and we'll tell a bit of the story afterwards in a flashback 5 minutes after the events. Why didn't you just put it the other way around and just show him on the ship and then leave him with his dad, who then lets go? It's decisions like that always fucking annoy me, because it's like, a flashback works if you're talking about the passage of time over weeks, months, days, hours, not fucking 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
When you could just put those two scenes the other way round. It doesn't make it arty by just putting things out of sequence. That's just called piss poor editing. If there's a picture, if there's just 5 minutes of me writing down the notes for this show, and then there's another 5 minutes of me putting the pen down, showing them out of order of me putting the pen down and then cutting to me writing the notes, doesn't make that an arty scene. It just puts them out of sequence. It's just stupid. Yeah. And I felt that kind of stuff was, again, the loss of trust in the audience. It's like, oh, Dad just wants to be let go. You've got to let go of the parents. It's the sins of the father and all this kind of thing we've been lumbering on about. And then it's just like, nope, he's got to go. Well, who is he? We don't know. We got no context for any of this stuff.
Yeah.
The MacGuffin that got him out there doesn't matter. You know, he's got to go out there and face his dad. So he kills 3 people on a spaceship who are going to do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And so things like that, just unnecessary. It just felt unnecessary in those respects. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. Right. I think we'll wrap that up. Unless anyone's got anything else they want to say.
No, I'm good.
No, everyone's just noticed it's just turned midnight. Right, okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Meanwhile, sound of Star Trek Voyager playing in the background. Anyway. Don't pretend you're not. Don't pretend you're not. Your headphones aren't that quiet.
I'm playing Atomfall now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to be honest with you. The next film that we've got, I genuinely thought we had done this before. But it does fit. So I'm going to go with it. And I thought we'd done this before, and I'm sure we have. And I think if we have done it, we've done it in the old iteration of the Black Dog. So it would be nice to do it again while all 4 of us are here, because I think we did it quite early on in the iteration of the Black Dog. Okay. It was like the Thee and Me Dow one.
Oh, right. Okay. That early.
Wow. So what we are doing in the last Spaceman thing, we went out towards Neptune.
Yep.
But in this Spaceman one, we are going the other way. We are following the Intel tennis ball towards the sun. Because we are going to do Sunshine.
Really?
Yes.
Okie.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Danny Boyle's Sunshine. Which like I say, I could have sworn we have done this. But I looked, but we haven't done it in this version, have we?
No, we have not. No.
And it must have been a long time ago.
That was my choice back in like the early 150s type things.
So around 2010.
Yeah, probably.
2012. Yeah. Right. Okay. We're in 2026 now. I think the time has passed.
We can do it one more time.
We can do it one more time. If we can do Phantom Menace 4 times in the same podcast, we can do this at least twice. So, yes, we're going to do Danny Boyle's Sunshine, which is available on Amazon Prime. It was either that or I was going to do Supernova, but that was a terrible film with a James Spader in it. But I wasn't feeling that mean. So, Jim, have you seen Sunshine before?
I have.
Are you looking forward to seeing Sunshine again?
About 50-50.
Which is about the quality of the movie, isn't it?
Dance remix Event Horizon.
Yeah. Yeah. Apollo 440 does Event Horizon. Or is it? No, it's Underworld does Event Horizon because Apollo 440 did do Event Horizon. Okay, cool. Darren.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool. If we're all not feeling it, I can go for something else. I'm open to options here.
Ernest Goes to Space or something like that, yeah?
Well, there was also Leslie Nielsen 2010 A Space Travesty.
Right.
But I didn't think that was a good idea somehow. I thought that might be a bad move. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I looked for space movies that were available. There's Supernova, 2001, something called Afterlight, which has so low a view on IMDb that it barely registers a star rating. Life Force, which we have definitely done. Yeah. Contact, which I know Elton went into quite depth in. Was it?
Shonky, yeah. God, that was ages ago.
Yeah, and then there was Sunshine, and then on Netflix there's one called Stowaway, and also Midnight Sun.
Mhm.
So there you go. I
Yes,
tell you what.
I nearly picked Stowaway. And I went for Ad Astra had the slightly better scores.
Yes.
But that could be deceiving as he scores off now.
Okay.
Well,
Well, if
Sputnik, yeah,
I've seen Sputnik, I saw it. I mentioned it in one of my
Yeah.
How Was Your Weeks years ago. It's Russian Alien, basically. There's no space travel. Well, apart from the
No?
first like 10 minutes or so.
right.
No, it's all like something comes to Earth, isn't it, basically?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Crazy beastie comes to Earth, gets locked in a cupboard underground, and then decides it's had enough.
Oh no, I've been locked in a cupboard.
Yeah. Chaos ensues. Everyone shouts Russian. Deaths. The end. Yeah. Okay then. I tell you what. Seeing as this is a democracy and there isn't many of them left, we'll take a vote on it while we're still on the air. Yeah. Sunshine was the original fallback option, so Sunshine is the 2CV,
right,
following us along across the desert. What of those other ones would you like to do? And don't mind. I'll throw it open to whoever wants to throw their hat in the ring. So, to reiterate, Supernova, 2001, 2001: A Space Travesty, Stowaway, Midnight Sun. What's the other ones? Life Force.
Oh God.
Contact. And what was the other one? There was some nonsense called Afterlight. Yeah, and that's about it. There is also, if we could find it, Interstellar, but let's just leave it with the ones we can get hold of. So, how do we all feel, guys?
I'm cool with doing any of them. I love Sunshine, but whatever you want to do, I don't really want to affect the outcome. I'm afraid.
I'm not going to blame you for this because I'm at fault here.
Yeah.
I should have done my research before like 10 minutes before we came on air and found out there was nothing available. So, what about you, Dal? Are you still playing Voyager? Get off of Voyager. And
No, it's completed now. It's completed.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I don't know.
Which one of those do you like? Which one of those do you like the sound of? I feel like this is
Midnight
the sort of
Sun. Midnight Sun is probably, if I remember rightly,
that's George Clooney on Earth and his daughter in space.
Yeah, I'll go for that one. Yeah. Hopefully
Jim?
it's nice and straightforward.
Jim?
Well, I can go with that. I've not seen it. I know nothing about it.
Okay.
There are too many films called Midnight Sun on Wikipedia for me to identify it quickly.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, there you go.
I'm noticing that there are quite a lot on there.
Okay.
Can I just say, by the way, that the original Solaris is actually free on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 46 though.
Yeah, I was going to say that's quite the
yeah. That's a little your neck will get slightly achy doing all that navel gazing. So
yeah. Hang on. Yeah, there is quite a few. Oh my God.
There's a lot of Midnight Suns.
There are a lot of Midnight Suns.
I gave up on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, there is. There's fucking tons of them. Where's the one? Midnight Sun. Hold on. Midnight Sun. George. Midnight Sky. Idiot.
Oh.
I'm an idiot. Midnight Sky. There you go. Midnight Sky. It's on Netflix.
Oh, there you go. First choice.
Yeah. Felicity Jones, George Clooney, Ethan Peck from that new Star Trek Spock thing. Yeah. Oh, and sorry, I just noticed that one of the people in this is actually the sister of a friend of mine. Okay. Going to have to be careful about what I say now, aren't I? So Midnight Sky, Midnight Sky, yes, is on Netflix. Let's watch that. Let's watch that.
A proper mystery monocle.
Yes, it is, because beyond the initial premise, I have not a clue. So let's mystery monocle the shit out of this.
Okay, cool. Sounds good to me.
Let's do it.
Right. Okay. That's decision made. Midnight Sky, not Midnight Sun. Or Midnight Run. Or Midnight Cowboy. Or anything with midnight in the title. Just forget
Midnight
midnight.
of the Oasis. No?
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll do that. So, join us next week, or not next week, because I'm off down in the wonderful lands of Bristol, crying on the 14th. So when we come back on the 21st of April, we will be doing Midnight Sky. So before we go, Jim, do you have anything going on in Pimp's Corner on hypnagoria.com?
Yes. This weekend I released a reading of M.I. Jamie's A Warning of the Curious, which is actually set at Easter.
Right.
And we also did a comedy club Easter special, doing the absolute classic Night of the Lepus.
Love it. Deadly killer rabbits.
That's the one.
Giant killer rabbits, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, giant mutant killer rabbit, allegedly.
Yes.
With DeForest Kelly and Janet Leigh. Bloody
Oh.
hell. That was fun because Teresa had never seen it. So.
God damn it. Nice. Beautiful. Right. Well, I don't know what to say about that. It's, have fun with that. And that's over on hypnagoria.com.
It is indeed.
Lovely. Good Lord. And what about you? What's happening on Rogue 2 Media?
Well, I would be talking about cars going round in circles, but that would be in the Middle East. Something might be happening in the Middle East at the moment, so there are no cars going round in circles.
It's off. The attack's off.
It is off.
Yep. Yep. It's off. It's as in it's not going ahead.
That's good news.
Yes. By the way, can I just say before we get too far into it, everyone now just check the stock exchange.
Yep.
Because I'm guaranteeing any second now, oil prices are about to have a massive drop off.
Yep. They certainly are.
All I'm going to say, buy the dip on a Wednesday. Every Wednesday, you'll be all right. Buy the dip on the Wednesday, sell on the Friday. Jobs are good. And market manipulation, circa America 2026.
Motherfuckers.
Every fucking time.
By the way,
really,
can I just ask, where do you get your tinfoil hat? Because mine's all right, but it's a bit rubbish. So where do you get yours made?
Where do I get mine made?
Yeah, where did you get yours made? Because I'm noticing it's looking pretty stylish, but mine's looking a bit tatty. So where'd you get yours?
Oh well, you see, I get mine. I get mine from bacofoil.com, which is good for all tinfoil hats. However,
I've been wearing mine a lot recently. It's just
no. I mean, for stock market advice, I just look on the news, and all I do is I just go, "What's about to happen? Has it? Oh, it's affected the oil prices again. Oh, when's the next one going to happen? On Tuesday, you say? Tuesday? Well, looks like Taco Tuesday's on. Best I sell while it's nice and high. Oh, everything's changed on Tuesday. Well, I fucking never." Little bit of politics. Moving on. So anyway, Elton, now that your racing has been bombed out of existence, what are you covering now?
Oh, nothing at the moment. I'm afraid. I'm a free agent. So
okay. So you and I can do Melania.
We can do Melania. Yes.
No, while everyone else runs away.
Hey?
No, I'm joking. No one does Melania. Not without a decent receipt. Anyway, right. So we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And we will see you in a fortnight's time for Midnight Sky, not Midnight Sun, which is a song by Crowded House.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I only came for a kebab.